Okay, Mike. So I'm going to see if I can stump you a little bit here. And you guys at home can play along as well. So whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, we'll put some of the answers here on the screen. Or if you're listening, I will list everything out here. But what this comes from, I was able to dig up a survey. It goes back a couple of years. It's back from 2017. This is a survey that golf.com did. That's where this comes from, this information. And they surveyed 1,000 golfers at the time.
Okay.
Now, I doubt over a couple of years, many of these answers have changed. A lot of these are kind of the test of time.
Sure.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the question that was asked.
Okay.
It's a little bit like Family Feud.
I love Family Feud.
Right?
I was just going to say,
I
might be able to dominate this
but
thing.
we're going to make it a little bit easier because we're going to give you what the answers were. You just pick one.
I picked the top answer?
What did they say? I want you to pick the top answer, and I want you to give your answer.
I got this.
Right?
Yep.
So the first question that was asked was, which of these irritates you most on the golf course, right? And there's a couple of different possibilities. The multiple choice.
Yep.
Which of these irritates you most? Slow play, poor course conditions, poor etiquette, or high green fees.
Wow.
So all of these are something that can be pretty irritating.
I think for me, I'm going to go with what I also think the highest answer is, and I think it's slow play.
Slow play is your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll tell you, I thought the answer might be either high green fees or poor course conditions.
Yeah, I went straight.
Because I very often hear the complaints of like, I paid XYZ and the green looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's give you the answers here. 65%
Boom, baby.
said slow play.
That's where my head went right away because I'm thinking about your time and people just not having any patience anymore, and slow play being such an issue at courses. People don't like it.
Believe it or not, only 5.3% complained about high greens fees. I think people are willing to spend if the place is in good shape.
If it's in great shape. You get it. Yep.
And the fact that only 18% said poor conditions makes me think that more places are in great shape than we think. But 11% of people of 1,000 said the biggest thing they couldn't stand was poor etiquette.
Yeah, sure.
People out there,
nasty people there.
Yeah.
You don't want to go back. I get that.
There's
a few people that have bad
Put
experiences.
a damper on it.
Zach, put one in the win column right there. Number one.
Okay. On average, how long after you finish a round do you typically leave the golf course? Now,
again,
we know you are a different story.
I'm a different specimen.
This guy,
the car is literally heating up on the 18 tee box.
Before the cart turns off, before the engine dies, he's out of there. Mike's an always on the go individual.
Always.
But we do know that a lot of people like to hang around. So here are your possible answers. Do they leave immediately, within 30 minutes, within an hour, within 1 to 2 hours, or there's also one of 2 hours or
there's
more?
no lifelines, right? I can't call anybody. I just gotta
call.
go.
So which one did you think the majority of the people, how quickly after finishing their round did they leave the golf course?
I'm going to say that the majority are with me because the round of golf is long enough. I think people are jetting right out of there.
So you go immediately. Okay.
Within 30 minutes was my struggle. I thought maybe it was that, but I'm going to stick with immediately. I don't think anyone's going an hour or more than that.
Well, within 30 minutes was the answer with 37%, and there's 14% of it just like Mike out there. Then you have the lucky few, 14% who hung around an hour or two after their round. I'm sure got a drink, got a bite to eat.
Yeah,
hung out with their buddies, went through the scorecard.
I don't think they're practicing. They're drinking, they're eating.
Yeah. I guess
an hour, huh?
for the poor few who had such a bad round that they immediately went to the range to figure it out afterwards. You feel for those guys.
Wow, I was the complete opposite here.
But
the
lowest, I would say that the vast majority that turns out to 70% are somewhere in the 30 minutes to an hour after their round. They're hanging out.
Just don't want to get home yet.
That's just it. They're
ducking
rush
it. They're
to get back to the grind.
I should have thought of that.
All right. So
put one in the L there.
Now, this one's a fun one because we've all said jokingly, I quit this game, right? It's such a hard game. I quit. You know what I mean? What's that hat that says like, I hate golf. I hate golf. I hate golf. Great shot. I love this. I love golf. Something like that.
Yep.
But they were asked in the survey, how seriously have you seriously considered quitting the game or even done so at some point? So what I'm going to ask you is out of 1,000 people, what percentage of people have actually seriously considered quitting the game?
Okay. I like that I got multiple choices here. So let's see.
I know serious can be like kind of subjective, but let's say that Serious is serious. Like they're not just saying it.
Okay. Do I get answers to look at?
You it's either yes or no.
Oh,
How many? We want to see how many people have seriously considered it. How many people have said yes? You give me a rough percentage.
okay. I'm just gonna think about this. I'm gonna say 32%.
Wow, 32%. Glad to report that the answer is only 12.9%.
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised in that.
Who said that means 87% of the people out there, when they tell you they're quitting, you just laugh it off.
I just thought there was so many factors out there between like high greens fees, high price for equipment, that there'd be so many factors that people would want.
The reality is, like, we're learning here. People aren't
quitting.
So like when you're at a barbecue with your buddy and he comes up to you and be like, "I'm quitting the game. I'm quitting."
Like, no, you're not.
You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's when you just say, "Sure."
Sure you are.
Hand him a beer and just say, "Sure you are." I'll see you next Sunday, usual time.
All right. Failed there.
This is going to be a yes or no, so you're going to tell us the percentage. You're going to guess the percentage.
These tips help.
The question was asked, have you walked off a golf course in the middle of a round because you were upset with how you were playing? So we've all had the bad round. Mm-hmm. The bad enough round that you actually stop playing.
Yeah.
Forfeit what you paid in greens fees, right? How many percentage of people do you think said yes to that question, that they've walked off in the middle of a round because they were so upset with how they're playing? Not because they got the call from the wife that, like,
child's on the way or something.
The kid's got a Lego up their nose and you got to get out of here.
Right.
No.
Right.
This is that.
All right. I think for me, I have never done it, but for the results, I'm going to say it's low that people have done this. 6% have left the course.
That's a darn good guess. It's 9.4%.
Yeah, I mean, you're committed. You pay those greens fees. I think you're committed.
So 90% of you out there have just gritted through it, no matter how bad you're playing.
Because you always feel maybe the next hole you're back. I would just keep trying to get back. I wouldn't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I think most people
No quitting out there. No quitting.
Come on, guys. All right, we got that one.
Okay. Here's have you ever walked off the course in the middle of the round because of an irritating playing partner? Now, I can only imagine how irritating someone would have to be for you to quit your own game. Like, I can't play with this guy anymore. I'm out of here.
That's just it. I got to get out of here.
Get out of here.
Wow.
The sad news is there have been some yeses. I want you to guess what percentage of people have ever walked off the golf course because they were so irritated by their playing partner.
I'm going to say it's low. You got to have thin skin to not be able to hack that.
Or that person's got to be a nightmare.
Or a complete nightmare. Like nightmare. I'm going to say 3.7%.
That is an amazing guess. It's 3.9%. That's an amazing guess.
Yes.
So which, if you do the numbers, it's 1,000 people surveyed. That means 39 people have literally walked off the golf course because they were so irritated by who they were playing with. Either they have thin skin or that was a nightmare pairing out there.
Right.
Okay. Now, same 1,000 people were asked, has the outcome of a round ever ruined a relationship for you? I mean, I'm talking about the golf was so bad, you were never talking to that person again. I don't know if it's a rules infraction. Wow. I
could see fighting out there. I could see accusing of cheating. Yes, I could see a lot of cheating.
Now, when the way this is phrased, I'm assuming there was a pre-existing relationship. This wasn't just like you got paired with this guy, I've never met him before, and I'm never playing with you. I'm saying you and me, we know each other. We decided to play golf together, and because of whatever happened out there, I've never...
No longer friends.
Yeah, that's it. We can no longer be friends.
Wow.
How many percentage of people said, yes, I've had that happen?
I'm going to say with all of the cheating, I'm going to go a little bit more than the recent ones. I'm going to say like 12%.
Wow. 12% you think of relationships ruined out there. Yeah. It's actually lower. It's 1.2%.
Okay.
Because again, something would have to be so bad that the friendship is over. But that's still 12 out of 1,000 people have said they've completely ended a friendship over what's happened out on the golf course.
That's pretty wild.
Have you ever felt guilty that golf has taken you away from time with your family? Now you're a family man.
Yeah.
You know, you've got kids, you got obligations.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say me answering personally, I felt a little bit guilty, even though that's my time that I kind of carve out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel a little bit of guilt.
I could see it.
I'd love to hear you say, how many people do you think answered yes, that they have felt guilty that golf has taken them away from their family?
8%.
That's a good guess too. It's 10.5%.
Yeah, I can't see many feeling guilt.
Which, no, I'm not sure how to read this. Either people are like, dude, whatever. Or you could frame this in the right headspace. Be like, listen, I'm not feeling guilty. This is my thing. This is what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not lying to anybody. I'm just going out
Some
there.
people have a
hopefully.
little guilt, I see. 100 people
So
felt bad.
100 people said they felt guilty, and 89% said, nope, no guilt. I'm out there. This is my time.
This is my time to shine, baby.
Another question. Does the equipment that tour players use influence what you buy personally?
No.
Okay. Are you answering no? Or?
Okay.
I will give you a hint.
Yes.
By answering no, you're in the majority.
Yeah.
You're in the majority of people do not feel that what the tour players use influence what they personally use in their game.
Okay. So the percentage I have to give you the people who said yes.
I'd love to hear how many percentage of people do you think say yes, I buy based on, at least partially of my decision is based on what the tour players are using.
I'll say it's 22%.
36.7% is the answer. 36% say yes. So that's like saying hey,
yeah, JT's playing.
JT's a Titleist guy, so I'm a Titleist guy. You know what I mean? Like there are some diehard fans that are just going to go all the way. Yep. But 63% of you are making your buying decisions based on something other than what you see them.
I'd love to hear that survey of how many people are buying equipment based on their favorite creators or influencers or.
I would say since this has come out, I would say that is shifting because we're seeing how many people in the manufacturer space are starting to partner up with creators. Right. I think this has been the biggest year ever.
Right.
I'm thinking about the huge Callaway signing with Good and stuff like that. I would venture to guess that there are, and I think of Good as having like a younger audience for the most part. There are some young kids that are going to buy Callaway clubs because their favorite Good member plays them.
One of the guys came to the Patriot Lounge with blingy new Titleist, said he bought them because of us.
There you go. So there's some influence there for sure. All right. Now it's time to get real and time to be honest here. So,
yikes.
Same 1,000 people were asked, do you regularly, I'm not saying ever, regularly take a mulligan off the first tee? This is our breakfast ball crew here. How many percent said, yeah, first of all, go ahead, we'll put you in the hot seat. You can answer if you regularly take a mulligan off the first tee.
It depends on the group I'm with.
I'd say on the group and the circumstances.
Yeah.
And the first shot. If the
first shot's good. First shot goes.
Right.
No, but for real, I would say where it happens is if it's mutually agreed upon in the group that we didn't have time to hit the range. And we say, listen,
balls, guys. Yeah.
We're late. Let's skip the range. We can take a breakfast ball on the first tee if you want.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off immediately. Right. Everyone feels comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
So it happens. But what percentage do you think said yes, that they regularly take a mulligan off the first tee?
I think a lot of people have pride, too, that they don't want to admit it. I think the answer is going to be higher than it is. I'm going to say 38% take it.
Not bad. 33.1% said yes, that they regularly take a mulligan off the first tee.
Interesting.
Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. The same crew was asked, do you consider taking a mulligan off the first tee to be cheating? Okay. So there's going to be some overlap here who yes, I consider it cheating, and yes I do it anyway.
Yeah, I know. So you can't just flip the numbers.
And there's going to be some people who say, I do it and I don't consider it cheating because X, Y, whatever you want to rationalize. Like we said before, we all agreed on it. I didn't have time to warm up. Right. Whatever reason you want to rationalize it.
I don't think it's the 60s, but I'm going to say it's high. I'm going to say it's 48%.
So you think 48%
said yes, it's cheating.
Yes, it's cheating. Only 25.1%.
That's wild.
74.9% people do not consider it cheating if you take a mulligan off the first tee.
That's great.
So you read into that what you will.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
All right.
We got two left.
We're gonna
right, one left.
We got two left, and we're gonna stay on the honesty route here.
Yep.
On average, how many times per round do you break or bend the rules? Now we're gonna give you multiple choice.
Good.
Okay. So how many? The percentage of people said once. Some people said 2 to 3 times, 4 to 5 times. More than 5 times.
Jesus.
Those might be your nightmare playing partners that make you leave the course.
Right.
Or none. No times at all. Right? So I'm not going to have you guess all of them. Let's just have you pick one and guess it, and we'll just give you all the rest of the answers.
I don't think I don't think you're a one and done. I feel like if you're a one guy, you're going to do more than one, but I don't think 4 to 5. I think at that point you got just issues.
So you think 4 to 5 is probably the lowest category?
Yeah, no, I think 2 to 3 times is the highest category.
You think 2 to 3 times is the highest?
Most people are cheating 2 to 3 times per round.
Well, I would say you got it right of the cheaters. So if we reveal the answers here, 27%
of the cheaters, but 40%
said they did it 2 to 3 times. 40% was the largest category. 40% of people said that they did not break or bend the rules at all. Rigid. No breaking, no bending.
Yeah. Like you're out there solo, you hit a ball in the woods, your knee height dropping.
Or you're going back to the tee.
You're going back to the tee.
If it's OB or you're playing a provisional.
Wow. 40% are that honest, huh?
That's pretty good.
Interesting.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right. Now I'm going to give you a tough one. Would you rather, the same crew was asked, would you rather make a hole-in-one or receive $5,000 in cash?
Instantly cash right now.
I can either say, Mike, I can wave a magic wand. Next time you're on a par 3, you're making a hole-in-one, or I can hand you $5,000 cash.
Do I know the hole-in-one is coming? Like I can film it and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you don't anyway.
Right, I know. Hole-in-one. 10 times out of 10.
You're taking the hole-in-one.
Yeah. If you added a 0 to the money, you'd make me think a little bit more.
Well, that's the next question I have is what is the number what's the hole-in-one worth to you? That's what I'm asking.
Let's just get down to brass tacks here.
To business. We'll reveal the answers here in a second, but what?
Suitcase full of cash over the hole-in-one. I think $100,000.
$100,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Or even make it even harder. What's the number that I'd have to pay you to guarantee that you never get a hole-in-one the rest of your life? So you know that every par 3 you step up to, it's never going to happen. It's not. Now I can wave the magic wand the other way and say, I am cursing you against hole-in-ones. What would be your money? What would you say?
The same 100,000.
What's your price tag? Same?
You know what? For that, because like knowing that it'll never happen, I think a little more premium there. I'd say $250,000.
$250,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I could still play golf and still have fun.
Right. Oh, it's not wrong. You'll just die without a hole-in-one.
Yeah, $250,000's low then. Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Cover your greens fees for quite some time. All right, let's reveal the answers here. How many people said that they would get? I think they're taking the hole-in-one.
Definitely.
34.6% said they would take the hole-in-one. 65.4% said they would take the $5,000 cash.
That's interesting.
Well, I'd love to know what some of you guys' numbers are for that one.
Weigh
in for all of these in the comments, but what is your number that you would take to not have a hole-in-one, or would you take the cash? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, that's all the surveys that we have. That one was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
We'll have to dig up some more. Mm-hmm. And I first saw that, I was just, kind of browsing the internet. I saw this old survey pop up, and I'm like, I started to click some of the answers. I'm like, that one surprised me. So I had to bring it up to you and surprise you a little bit with some of those.